Lord of the Rings has been in a rough place because we have gotten some awful content between Rings of Power and cash grab games like the newly released Heroes of Middle-earth mobile title that promised to be a diverse and inclusive take on Tolkien's work, and now that it's out, we can see just how scummy Middle-earth Enterprises and EA were with this title that in only name is Lord of the Rings. I have a few different things to show off, but before we get into the topic, if you enjoy the content that I create, please make sure to subscribe to the channel and to the notification bell. Follow me on social media like Twitter or mine so that you can see when my content is posted. And of course, if you do really enjoy the videos and the live streams that I create, please consider becoming a Dark Titan via Patreon or a supporter via YouTube memberships. So this is a game I had been following for a couple of weeks at this point because it really wasn't announced all that long ago, but now that it is out, it is getting destroyed. This is a Clutch Points article. Lord of the Rings Heroes of Middle-earth is the mobile gacha game no Lord of the Rings fan asked for. Now, I personally don't play any mobile games because they are cash grabs. They are monetized so freaking poorly, but it's Lord of the Rings. Any kind of Lord of the Rings content I'm generally interested in, but I am so disappointed with this title. We knew that it was going to have a pretty hefty loot box slash monetization system just because it has already been featured in the game's primary gameplay trailer. They showed the loot box that does look pretty cool. It's like a treasure chest that glows, and yeah, it looks interesting, but ultimately you have to swipe your credit card in order to get them, which I figured it was going to be pretty bad, but it is. It says Lord of the Rings Heroes of Middle-earth is out now on both the Google Play Store and Apple App Store as a free-to-play turn-based hero collector RPG with gacha elements. It is, of course, developed by Capital Games and published by Electronic Arts. Whenever you hear EA is on a game, instantly it raises red flags for me personally, especially a mobile game. Ooh, we knew it was gonna be awful. As the article says, the battles are actually only really just stages for characters that you end up paying for. EA is targeting the LOTR fanbase here in hopes they'll be willing to pay to see their favorite characters in action. Of course, there are different cosmetics for characters, which can be bought with money. Not only are new characters locked behind a paywall, but you'll also be able to play a certain amount of missions before your energy runs out, and then you need to wait or pay money for it to refill, which is exactly what happened in Elder Scrolls Blades, and you can also just pay to auto-win the battle, which is absolutely absurd. I can't say that I'm all that surprised, but these microtransactions are extremely predatory. It says it's the Lord of the Rings gacha game that we think no LOTR fan ever asked for. First revealed exactly a year ago, it was, not super hyped up before a couple of weeks ago when we got the official gameplay trailer. They kind of went silent on it, and we didn't even really know if it was going to still release, but it is. But it follows absolutely nothing Tolkien-based story-wise. It says it takes creative licenses by introducing a new Ring of Power, one wielded by the player, which gives them the magical power to jump along the Lord of the Rings timeline, working as a sort of auditor, making sure that the timeline stays on track by influencing the battles that take place along the timeline and aiding the camp of the supposed victors in all of those battles. I actually made a tweet about this and screenshotted some of the things that the App Store said about the game, and this one really ticked me off. Fresh myths. A new Ring of Power has emerged, and this one can rewrite history. What if Galadriel used the One Ring? What if you had to rid the minds of Moria of the pesky Balrog? Heroes of Middle-earth toys with the franchise's rich settings and events in all sorts of playful ways, with multiple story-driven and solo campaigns to fight through, you'll experience never-before-seen sides of this epic conflict. There is a reason why they are never before seen, because they were not written by Tolkien. They are not funny, playful ways to rewrite the history of Middle-earth. This just is annoying as someone who actually cares about Lord of the Rings lore and the history of the franchise. It's basically just like, oh, how can we make more money? Well, let's have people decide what should happen. It's just kind of stupid in my opinion, because of course it's not like it actually is following the general story. No, you can do whatever the hell you want in this combat wise, because there's like individual battles that of course you have to fight through, you have to get through all of them, and you can put your own different like makeups of teams on the battles, and I just think it's kind of dumb. It's a classic way that we see companies try to make more money, is like, oh, never before seen sides of something. Why don't you decide what is going to happen with these stories? I would just rather have a mobile game that goes through the Lord of the Rings trilogy in a way that actually represents the content that we all know and love. But, of course, they're marketing it as new, non-Tolkien stories, and they think that's going to make them money. But all of the trailers and teasers for this game have gotten absolutely ratioed and obliterated by Tolkien fans. As you can see, this is a official gameplay trailer from a month ago. 1.6k likes to 29k dislikes, and the newest one, the official launch trailer, has 67,000 views, 596 likes to 1.8k dislikes. Doesn't seem like many people are very happy with the direction that they are taking this game in, but I remembered a few months ago we heard from Middle-earth Enterprises that this game was going to feature a more diverse and inclusive Middle-earth, and of course giant red flags were flying because we recently saw Wizards of the Coast announce a Lord of the Rings Magic the Gathering set where they decided to race swap characters like Eowyn and Faramir and also Aragorn. But I was thinking that is what they were going to do, and they didn't. But the way that they're promoting this as like a diverse and inclusive Middle-earth is honestly pretty hilarious to me, because it just shows, you know, that this is their take on Tolkien's world, and it is a new story. So there are no race swaps of already established characters, or there's no gender swaps of already established characters, which I do appreciate, but they basically just made a bunch of new characters, and it doesn't seem like many of them are actually that good in the game. Woobet is one. It is a shadow human character. You also have Roble, which is a, I believe, don't quote me, I'm not assuming gender here, I think it's a girl with a shaved head, I want to say. You also have Naramiri, which is a black elf. And you also have Yefdu, who is a darker-skinned human character. So I do appreciate the fact that they didn't actually race swap any established characters, but at the same time, this is still pretty ridiculous because they're brand new characters that they're just sort of shoving into this world that is already established and very well known. I am sick and tired of seeing every company promote their products as, oh, this is a diverse and inclusive take on this franchise or these characters. Nobody wants that. We just want the original content that everyone is in love with. I just want a video game that represents Tolkien's Middle-earth, not a new diverse take on it. My expectations for this game were pretty low, but it is sad to see another Lord of the Rings product release that I and many other LOTR fans will never touch. But that's all that I really had to discuss in this video. Let everyone know your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed this and of course found it important and informative, please make sure to give it a like, share it, and subscribe to the channel. And of course, if you didn't, make sure to give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I will talk to you all again in the next video really soon.